If you're over 40 and pieces that look great on other men fall flat on you, the problem isn't your body, it's the match between your build and the cut. The moment you dress for your proportions, everything sharpens: posture, silhouette, presence. Today, I'll map the 5 common body types, the exact mistakes that age each one, and the simple switches that make you look intentional and at ease. No wardrobe overhaul required. Understanding your body type, the foundation. Before we dive into specific mistakes, let's get clear on something crucial. Your body type at 40 plus is different from what it was at 25, and that's not a problem to solve. It's a reality to work with intelligently. Most men over 40 fall into one of 5 general categories. Understanding which one describes you is the key to making smart clothing choices. The athletic build has maintained broad shoulders, defined chest, and narrow waist. Your challenge is showing off these proportions without looking like you're trying too hard. The broader midsection describes men who've developed more weight around their middle while maintaining reasonable proportions elsewhere. Your focus should be on creating vertical lines and avoiding horizontal emphasis. The lean frame applies to naturally thin men who may have lost muscle mass over time. Your goal is adding visual weight and structure without looking lost in oversized clothing. The heavier set build means you carry more weight overall. Your advantage is presence and substance. The key is choosing clothes that create structure and proportion. The average build is proportional shoulders, chest, and waist without dramatic differences. This requires the most intentionality to avoid looking generic. Here's what's important: none of these is better or worse than the others. Each has natural advantages that the right clothing can enhance dramatically. The problem occurs when you try to dress like a different body type or ignore your actual proportions. But once you understand your body type, certain clothing mistakes become obvious, starting with the most common error that makes every body type look worse. Mistake number 1: the wrong fit philosophy for your build. The biggest mistake men over 40 make isn't choosing wrong colors or styles. It's fundamentally misunderstanding how clothes should fit their specific body type. The perfect fit for your friend might be completely wrong for you. For athletic builds, your biggest mistake is probably wearing clothes that are too loose, thinking you need to tone down your build. The opposite is true. Loose clothing makes your proportions look accidental rather than earned. Your shoulders and chest are assets that deserve to be acknowledged by your clothing. A shirt that skims your chest and follows your shoulder line will always look better than something that hangs loosely and hides your natural V shape. The key is fitted without being tight. Choose shirts that taper slightly at the waist and pants that sit at your natural waist rather than hanging low on your hips. For broader midsection, your mistake is likely going too far in one direction, either too tight, emphasizing your middle, or too loose, making you look heavier. The perfect fit creates structure without restriction. Look for shirts with a slight taper that doesn't hug your midsection but doesn't balloon out either. The goal is creating a straight line from chest to hips rather than emphasizing curves. Your pants should sit at or slightly above your natural waist, never below it. For lean frames, your fit mistake is probably wearing clothes that are too large, thinking they'll make you look bigger. Oversized clothing makes you look smaller and lost. You need structure and shape, not excess fabric. Choose shirts that fit close to your body without being skin tight. Layering becomes crucial. A well-fitted t-shirt under a properly sized button-down creates visual substance. Your pants should have enough room to be comfortable but not baggy. For heavier set builds, your mistake might be wearing clothes that are either too tight, creating unflattering lines, or too loose, making you look larger. The right fit creates structure and definition. You need clothes that provide shape without restriction. Pay special attention to shoulder fit. Shirts and jackets that fit properly through the shoulders create the foundation for everything else to work correctly. For average builds, your challenge is that most clothes will technically fit you, but they might not enhance your proportions. Your fit philosophy should focus on creating subtle shape and structure that makes you stand out. This might mean choosing shirts with a slight taper rather than straight cuts, or pants with modern fits rather than traditional relaxed fits. The differences might seem minor, but they add up to a more polished appearance. But even perfect fit isn't enough if you're ignoring how patterns and textures interact with your body type. Mistake number 2: ignoring your proportions when choosing patterns and textures. Most men choose patterns and textures based on what they like, completely ignoring how these elements interact with their body type. The right patterns can enhance enhance your proportions dramatically, while the wrong ones work against even perfect fit. Patterns and textures aren't just decorative, they're optical tools that can make you look taller, broader, more substantial, or more streamlined, depending on how you use them. For athletic builds, your pattern mistake is choosing designs that compete with your natural proportions rather than complementing them. Large, busy patterns can overwhelm your frame and make your build look chaotic. You work best with clean, simple patterns that don't distract from your natural lines. Solid colors, subtle stripes, or small regular patterns enhance your proportions without competing. Your texture advantage is structured fabrics that hold their shape. Crisp cotton shirts, wool sweaters with body. For broader midsection, your pattern mistakes involve horizontal stripes, large plaids, or busy patterns that draw attention to your midsection. Instead, you want patterns that create vertical lines and draw the eye up and down. Vertical stripes, when done subtly, can be your friend. Small checks work better than large ones. Solid colors are generally safer, especially in darker shades. Your texture strategy should focus on fabrics that drape well without clinging. For lean frames, your pattern mistake is choosing designs that are too small or subtle, making you look even more minimal. You can handle larger patterns, bolder designs, and more visual weight than other body types. Horizontal stripes can actually work because they add visual width. Plaids, checks, and textured patterns add substance. Your texture advantage is using fabrics to add visual and physical bulk. Chunky knits, textured weaves, layered materials. For heavier set builds, your pattern challenge is avoiding designs that add visual weight while choosing patterns that create structure and direction. Large, scattered patterns can make you look larger. Vertical elements work in your favor. Pinstripes, vertical patterns, designs that draw the eye up and down. Solid colors, especially darker shades, create the most streamlined appearance. Your texture focus should be fabrics that provide structure without bulk. For average builds, your pattern and texture opportunity is using these elements to create visual interest. Since your proportions don't do this naturally, you can experiment more freely but need to be strategic about creating a memorable impression. But even perfect patterns won't help if you're making critical mistakes with necklines and collar styles. Mistake number 3. Choosing the wrong necklines and collar styles. This might seem minor, but the necklines and collar styles you choose have a profound impact on how your face, neck, and upper body look. The wrong choices can make you look older, heavier, or less confident than you actually are. Your face shape, neck length, and shoulder width all influence which necklines will be most flattering. Getting this right creates immediate improvement in how polished you look. For athletic builds, your mistake might be choosing necklines that are too wide or too low, which can make your broad shoulders look overwhelming. You want necklines that balance your proportions. Crew necks and shallow V-necks work well because they complement your shoulder to chest ratio without creating too much contrast. Very deep V-necks can look inappropriate for your age. For collared shirts, medium width collars that don't compete with your shoulder width are ideal. For broader midsection, your neckline strategy should draw attention upward to your face and shoulders rather than down to your midsection. The right necklines create the illusion of a longer, leaner torso. V-necks are generally your friend because they create vertical lines that elongate your appearance. However, they shouldn't be too deep. For collared shirts, choose medium-width collars that create structure around your face without making your neck look thick. For lean frames, your neckline challenge is avoiding styles that make your neck and chest look too thin. You want necklines that add visual weight and presence. Crew necks often work better than V-necks because they create a more substantial look around your chest and shoulders. For collared shirts, you can handle slightly wider collars that add visual weight around your face and neck. For heavier set builds, your neckline focus should be on creating length and structure rather than width. The right necklines can make your face look more defined and your overall silhouette more streamlined. V-necks are generally flattering because they create vertical lines and can make your face look more angular. For collared shirts, medium-width collars that don't make your neck look thick are ideal. For average builds, your neckline opportunity is using these details to create visual interest and enhance your natural proportions. You have more flexibility than other body types, so use that flexibility strategically. But even perfect necklines necklines won't help if you're using colors that work against your body type. Mistake number 4. Using colors that work against your body type. Color is one of your most powerful tools, but most men use it randomly rather than strategically. The right colors can make you look slimmer, taller, more substantial, or more dynamic, while the wrong colors emphasize proportional challenges. For athletic builds, your advantage is that you can wear bold colors and strong contrasts without looking overwhelming. Deep blues, rich greens, and classic grays enhance your masculine presence. You can handle color blocking because your proportions create natural visual interest. Avoid colors that are too bright or too pale, which can make you look like you're trying too hard or wash out your natural strength. For broader midsection, your color strategy should create a streamlined, elongated appearance. Darker colors are your allies: navy, charcoal, deep green, because they create a slimming effect. Monochromatic dressing creates an unbroken vertical line that makes you look taller and slimmer. Avoid high contrast combinations that break up your silhouette horizontally. Also be cautious with very light colors around your midsection. For lean frames, your color opportunity is using brighter, more substantial colors that add visual weight to your naturally minimal build. Lighter colors, warm tones, and colors with visual substance can make you look more substantial. This includes warm grays, rich browns, deep reds, and even some brighter blues or greens. Avoid colors that are too pale or too cool, which can make you look even more minimal. For heavier set builds, your color focus should create a polished, streamlined appearance that commands respect. Darker, more saturated colors generally work best because they create clean lines and don't add visual bulk. Navy, charcoal, deep burgundy, and rich browns are excellent choices. Avoid very light colors, especially around your midsection, and high contrast combinations that create horizontal visual breaks. For average builds, your color challenge is using strategic choices to create visual interest and distinction. This might mean incorporating one signature color or using strategic pops of color to add visual interest to neutral outfits. But even perfect colors won't create the best impression if you're making crucial mistakes with layering. Mistake number 5. Layering incorrectly for your body type. Layering is where most men either create sophisticated looks or completely destroy their proportions. The right layering adds visual interest and creates better proportions. The wrong layering makes you look bulky or confused. Each layer should serve a specific purpose, either enhancing your proportions, adding visual interest, or solving a practical problem without creating new visual challenges. For athletic builds, your layering mistake is adding bulk where you don't need it. Your best approach is clean and structured. A well-fitted t-shirt under a properly sized button-down or a thin sweater over a collared shirt adds sophistication without bulk. Avoid bulky sweaters or multiple heavy layers that hide your build. Also avoid layers with very different proportions. Fitted shirt under oversized sweater creates visual confusion. For broader midsection, your layering strategy should create vertical lines and structure while avoiding bulk around your middle. The right layers can actually make you look slimmer. Your best approach is strategic layering that creates structure without bulk. A well-fitted shirt under a lightweight sweater or a blazer over a simple shirt creates vertical lines and sophisticated proportions. Avoid layers that end at your natural waist. For lean frames, your layering opportunity is using multiple pieces to create visual substance that your naturally minimal build doesn't provide. You can handle more layers and bulkier pieces than other body types. Your best layering includes pieces that add visual weight and structure. This might mean a t-shirt, button-down, and sweater combination. You can handle chunkier knits and more complex layering combinations. For heavier set builds, your layering challenge is adding sophistication without adding bulk. The right layers make you look more polished and authoritative. Your best approach is clean, structured layering with pieces that fit properly and create good lines. Avoid multiple thick layers or very bulky pieces that don't fit properly around your shoulders and chest. For average builds, your layering opportunity is using strategic combinations to create visual interest and sophisticated proportions that your natural build doesn't provide automatically. This might mean experimenting with different textures, colors, and combinations to see what makes you look most polished and interesting. But even perfect layering won't help if you're neglecting the foundation of your entire outfit. Mistake number 6. Ignoring the importance of proper undergarments. The wrong undergarments can destroy even the most expensive, perfectly fitted clothes. Most men over 40 are wearing undergarments that either don't fit properly, are inappropriate for their body type, or are so worn out they're working against their style goals. Your undergarments are the foundation everything else builds on. They affect how your clothes fit, how comfortable you are, and how confident you feel. For athletic builds, your undergarment mistake might be wearing basic cotton pieces that don't provide structure for your build. Consider undershirts that fit close to your body without being tight. They should eliminate bunching under your outer shirts while providing a smooth foundation. For underwear, styles that provide support without bulk create cleaner lines in fitted pants. If you wear dress shirts regularly, undershirts that don't show at the neckline are crucial. For broader midsection, your undergarment strategy should create structure and smooth lines rather than compression. Look for undershirts with longer length that won't ride up and create bunching around your waist. For underwear, styles that provide support without creating visible lines are important, especially with fitted pants. Avoid styles that are too tight and create bulges above the waistband. For lean frames, your undergarment opportunity is using these pieces to add subtle substance and create smoother lines under your outer clothing. Undershirts that fit properly can provide a foundation that makes thin shirts hang better on your frame. You might benefit from underwear styles that provide more structure and support, which can improve how pants and jeans fit around your hips. For heavier set builds, your undergarment focus should be comfort, support, and creating the best possible foundation for your outer clothes. Look for undershirts and fabrics that breathe well and provide smooth coverage without adding bulk. For underwear, proper support is crucial for both comfort and appearance. Styles that provide adequate support without creating visible lines will improve how everything else fits. For average builds, your undergarment approach should create the best possible foundation without adding unnecessary bulk or restriction. Focus on comfort and creating clean lines. But there's one final mistake that can undermine everything else you do right. Mistake number 7, neglecting the details that complete your look. The biggest mistake isn't getting major pieces wrong. It's neglecting small details that either complete a polished look or reveal that you don't understand how everything works together. These details might seem minor, but they're the difference between looking intentional and looking accidental. For athletic builds, your detail challenge is ensuring that your natural advantages don't get undermined by sloppy finishing touches. Pay attention to how your clothes are pressed and maintained. Make sure your pants are hemmed properly and your shirts fit correctly through the shoulders and arms. Your grooming needs to match the intentionality of your clothing. If you're wearing well-fitted quality clothes, but your grooming is unkempt, the disconnect is obvious. For broader midsection, your detail focus should create clean, unbroken lines and ensure nothing draws unwanted attention to areas you'd rather minimize. Make sure your shirts stay properly tucked and your belt is appropriate. Pay attention to the length of your jackets and sweaters. Pieces that are too short can make your torso look wider, while pieces that are too long can make you look shorter. For lean frames, your detail opportunity is using small touches to add visual interest and substance. This might mean paying attention to textures in your accessories, leather watch strap, interesting eyeglass frames, or textured belt. Make sure your clothes fit properly rather than being oversized. Properly fitted sleeves, proper hem lengths, and clothes that follow your actual proportions make you look more substantial. For heavier set builds, your detail strategy should create polish and sophistication that commands respect. Pay special attention to proper fit in overlooked areas, shirt collars that don't gape, pants that sit at the right place, sleeves that are the proper length. Your accessories should be proportional to your build and appropriate for your lifestyle. This might mean choosing slightly larger watch faces or belts that look proportional. For average builds, your detail challenge is using small touches to create visual interest that your proportions don't provide naturally. This might mean developing a signature detail, quality leather shoes, perfectly pressed shirts, or interesting but subtle accessories. Your action plan? Putting it all together. Now that you understand the specific mistakes that work against your body type, here's how to implement these insights practically. First, honestly assess your current body type without judgment. Your body at 40 plus is different from your body at 25, and that's completely normal. The goal is working with your current reality to look as good as possible right now. Second, audit your current wardrobe with your body type in mind. Look for pieces that are working against your proportions and pieces that are working in your favor. You don't need to throw everything out, but identify which pieces help you look your best. Third, prioritize improvements based on impact and budget. Start with foundations, proper fit, appropriate undergarments, basic pieces in colors that work for your body type. These changes will have the biggest visual impact. Fourth, develop your personal strategy based on your body type insights. This isn't about rigid rules, but understanding principles you can apply consistently. consistently. For athletic builds, focus on clothes that acknowledge and enhance your proportions without looking like you're trying too hard. Invest in quality basics that fit properly and create clean lines. For broader midsection, develop a strategy centered on creating vertical lines and avoiding horizontal emphasis. Focus on darker colors, proper fit through shoulders and chest, and pieces that create structure without bulk. For lean frames, build a wardrobe that adds visual substance and interest. This might mean incorporating more textures, patterns, and strategic layering. Don't be afraid of pieces with body and structure. For heavier set builds, focus on creating a polished, authoritative presence through proper fit and sophisticated choices. Invest in quality pieces that provide structure and create clean lines. For average builds, use strategic choices to create visual interest and distinction. Focus on developing a signature style that makes you memorable and reflects your personality. Fifth, invest in quality where it matters most for your body type. This might mean spending more on tailoring, better fitting undergarments, or higher quality fabrics that drape better on your specific build. Conclusion: the confidence of dressing for your reality. The right clothes won't just change how others see you, they'll change how you see yourself and how you move through the world. When you understand your body type and dress accordingly, you develop quiet confidence that's incredibly attractive because it's based on self-awareness and good judgment. The most stylish men over 40 aren't fighting against their age or changing bodies. They're the ones who have learned to work with their current reality to create the best possible version of themselves. This self-acceptance, combined with smart clothing choices, creates attractiveness that goes far beyond physical characteristics. Understanding your body type isn't about vanity. It's about presenting yourself to the world in a way that reflects your best qualities and makes you feel confident in any situation. When you're not worried about how you look, you can focus on being present, engaging, and genuinely attractive to people around you. If you found these insights helpful and want more practical advice about looking your best as a mature man, hit that subscribe button. I'm here to help you understand not just what to wear, but why certain choices work and how to make them authentically your own. What's your biggest challenge when it comes to finding clothes that work for your body type? Maybe it's understanding your proportions, finding the right fit, or knowing which trends are worth trying. Let me know in the comments below. I read every single one, and your questions help me create content that addresses real challenges mature men are facing. Remember, you've earned the right to feel confident and look great exactly as you are right now. The goal isn't to become someone else, it's to become the best dressed version of yourself. When you understand your body type and dress accordingly, that confidence becomes natural, sustainable, and genuinely attractive to everyone around you.